What's up guys, ShinyHunterDestroyer here and welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Journeys anime discussion video. Today I'll be talking about episode 30, which is titled The Reluctant Pikachu and the Exasperated Mr. Mime. I don't know about everyone else, but I have somewhat of a mixed opinion on this episode. It was... okay, let me talk about it first. This episode started right off in the middle of a Pokemon World Championship battle with Ash and Riolu fighting Tony from episode 18 and his Electabuzz. After some hard work, Ash and Riolu won, causing Ash's rank to go to 901. 1 off of 900 if you can't do math. Anyway, after the battle, Riolu and Ash seemed pumped up for more World Championship matches. Pikachu voiced his thoughts of wanting a battle, but Ash basically told Pikachu to wait his turn because Riolu was currently on a roll. This would get Pikachu noticeably annoyed. We cut to Ash and Riolu training with Ash's Farfetch'd, and after that a whole bunch of other Pokemon from the Cerise Park. This lasted for the whole day, with Pikachu getting no love even though it was itching for some kind of fight. By the end of the day, Pikachu was passed out and upon waking up was mad enough at Ash to hit him with a Thunderbolt. After that, Delia shows up from out of nowhere, visiting the Cerise laboratory for a day. They went inside to eat and Delia is offered to sleep there for the night, which she accepts. After the meal, Riolu and Ash go out to have some after-meal training. Seeing this, Pikachu starts to look down. Delia notices this and comforts Pikachu. And well, after that, Pikachu follows Delia back to her room to sleep there. Even though Delia tried to get Pikachu to go back to Ash's room, Pikachu decided to sleep there for the night. Delia put Pikachu to sleep, singing a lullaby to him. Mr. Mime puts a blanket over Delia and Pikachu as they're sound asleep. The next morning, Pikachu wakes up to an empty bed, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought Pikachu just woke up in a dream because of the color tone and anyway, after Pikachu wakes up, he goes outside to see Delia leaving. Delia waves goodbye to everyone and Pikachu obviously looks disheartened by it. Ash and Riolu run up the stairs to train more. Pikachu tries to get Ash's attention by grabbing onto his leg, but all Ash would do is tell Pikachu to wait his turn, neglecting him. This was the last straw for Pikachu, as Pikachu would run off towards the car Delia was in. Mr. Mime would follow Pikachu to try to get him to go back, but it didn't work. Instead of Mr. Mime going back, Mr. Mime follows Pikachu to make sure he stays safe. They cross many paths and walk many areas. They had to cross a river where Pikachu would try to swim past it. Mr. Mime in the end would have to save Pikachu from the river. Pikachu and Mr. Mime was able to get a ride in a car by someone going towards Pallet Town, which was the destination for Pikachu and Mr. Mime now. They start going along and fall asleep on the ride. They almost miss the turn for Pallet Town, but are able to wake up before they miss their stop. The two were getting pretty hungry, with Pikachu especially struggling to continue on. They soon find a tree with berries to eat. Pikachu is able to get a berry, but then a Spearow takes it from Pikachu's hands. No worry though, as Mr. Mime is able to get the berry back. Well, no worries for like 2 seconds, until a flock of Spearows start attacking Mr. Mime out of anger. Well, this sounds familiar, doesn't it? Pikachu jumps off of Mr. Mime's shoulder and hits all the Spearow with a fierce Thunderbolt, making them fly away. After doing this, Pikachu remembers this exact scenario with Ash. After looking back, Pikachu realizes how much he misses Ash. Pikachu and Mr. Mime makes it back to Pallet Town and the Ketchum household. Pikachu looks at the house, turns back, and starts walking towards Vermilion to go back to Ash. Ash calls out to Pikachu coming out of where he used to live, telling Pikachu how sorry he was and how he wasn't understanding how Pikachu was feeling. Ash realized what he was doing to Pikachu and came back home because he knew that Pikachu would have went this way. Pikachu took Ash's apology in open arms and made sure to give him a Thunderbolt to show it. Two of them are back together, happy as ever once again. Delia gets a bit mad at Pikachu, but that didn't stop dinner from happening. Also, Go was there too. That was pretty cool. Pikachu and Ash go to sleep together, with Pikachu wanting Ash to pet him on the back to sleep. What a bossy Pikachu, am I right? Ash pets Pikachu and sings the same lullaby his mom would to him, which was also the lullaby sung to Pikachu. They both sing the lullaby to sleep, and after Delia tucks the two of them in a blanket, the episode comes to an end. Oh my god, I love this episode so much! Oh my god, I hate this episode so much! Okay, it was a great episode, I'm going to be honest. Some things felt really off in this episode, but with how beautiful the ending is, I'm able to look past that so easily. Let me explain. The whole journey back to Pallet Town with Mr. Mime and Pikachu was so spot on. Not only was it development for Pikachu, but Mr. Mime as well. This episode, in my opinion, highlights a portion of Mr. Mime's character that will go out of his way to care about what basically is family to him. Pikachu was really out of character this episode, but in my opinion, this is really understandable. Have you ever gotten angry before? Angry to the point where it's just not characteristic of you. When you're mad, you do irrational things, and that's what happened to Pikachu here, which makes it, in my opinion, a perfectly understandable approach to this situation. Ash was definitely the problem, but more on that later. Pikachu's range of emotions this episode made for a beautiful episode, from the sadness of not being able to train with Ash to the anger to the forgiveness he had for Ash. This episode displayed their friendship so nicely and vividly. The best of friends have their conflicts, but they're able to look right past those after all. The flashback to Ash and Pikachu's first day together was a nice touch, and I'm happy that it was kind of recreated with Mr. Mime. And that's what kind of triggered his flashback in the first place. Like I said, the ending of this episode was also beautiful, with Ash calling to Pikachu, saying sorry, and asking for forgiveness to Pikachu, accepting the apology. Even the Thunderbolt was a nice touch. That last scene with Ash and Pikachu singing the lullaby and them being tucked away by Delia, it was a beautiful scene, and it was such a strong scene that led me to believe this episode was the strongest of episodes that can be. But I can't explain this! Like, what? Hello? I don't understand Ash this episode. When Pikachu shows that he wants to battle, Ash would never be like, haha! Wait your turn, buddy. That's such a slap in the face, and honestly, good job to Pikachu. I would be mad at that too. It makes sense that Ash's mind could have been clouded with Ash's love for battling the Pokemon World Championship, Leon, and Riolu wanting to battle. It could have clouded his judgment of what he wants to do, but come on. It was so hard to picture anything like this before. We've seen Ash do out of character things before, but usually that's for the sake of something. Now it just seemed so out of the blue. With all this, I'm happy that Koharu carried over her learning from the previous episode to this episode. You know, because she pointed out Pikachu's jealousy this episode. There's so much to talk about this episode, from Delia and Pikachu having a very nice bonding moment, to Mr. Mime being amazing, to Go not seeing any of Ash's trophies or badges or nothing. Like, come on! Even though there's so much to talk about, the most important part is that this episode was for Ash and Pikachu's development, and even though there were some twists and turns, it's hard to say that this episode was terrible, because this episode was a beautiful display of Ash and Pikachu's emotions. The story behind this episode, how true to how touching Ash and Pikachu's bond is. A great episode to watch, and if you like Ash and Pikachu, a must watch. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please consider hitting the like button, because that is super highly appreciated. If you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. What were your opinions on this episode? I would love to know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a nice day, guys. Peace out.